he's one of the gods of horror, basically, isn't he?
What more can you say?
But I think I'd probably say that's my favourite film. But then, you can't really beat Evil Dead 2.
Very excited. Want to see if he's still got the magic.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Please get a huge welcome to the extraordinary legend that is, and he told me to say that, Sam Raimi.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you guys coming out here tonight. I'm thrilled to be here in London, and this is the first public showing in London that we've had of Drag Me to Hell. And so I really want you to enjoy the picture. I can feel your enthusiasm for, I hope, horror pictures. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's aggression. I think it's enthusiasm. And I know that London means a lot to me as far as the horror crowds, because they gave me my start here back with Nick Powell and Steve Woolley, back with Palace Pictures, and when I couldn't get my picture released anywhere, it was the London crowds that embraced the film, and so you might be their grandchildren, but thank you for that. And as I was reminded to say, I know I've been away from horror for a long time, just 17 years. But this is my first foray back into horror, and I'm thrilled that you're the first audience to see it here. So please enjoy the show, and thank you very much.
And tell us a bit about the genesis of Drag Me to Hell.
Well, Drag Me to Hell started as a story that my brother Ivan and I wrote about 20 years ago. And it was just a story we wrote 30 pages long and put it on the shelf like we do with a lot of our stories. Just an exercise in writing, never even intended to be published. But then, a few years ago, myself and my partners Joe Drake, Nathan Kahane, and Robert Tappert formed a production company just for making spooky, supernatural type pictures. So my brother Ivan said, let's take that story and expand it into a screenplay, and you can make it with your company. So that's really how this story turned into a screenplay for Drag Me to Hell.
You're fresh from Cannes. How did the film play over there?
We got a great reception at Cannes. I was so relieved, actually, because I was a little concerned that with all of the fancy films that they show there, that perhaps this wouldn't be right up their cup of blood, so to speak. And yet they welcomed the film with a lot of enthusiasm. It turns out, as I'm sure a lot of journalists know, just that town loves cinema.
And do you think after this return to the horror genre, do you think after Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, do you think you'll make a return again to the horror genre?
I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight, let alone what's happening next year. I couldn't say, but I hope to be working. My hopes are more modest than that. I hope somebody will let me make another film after the next Spider-Man film, and I really love the horror crowd. That's what I was reminded of making Drag Me to Hell. That crowd comes to movies more than an art crowd that appreciates high cinema. The horror crowd comes to the movies to really be entertained. They open themselves up, and they want to scream and yell and give everything they've got to the picture, and so that's very appealing to make a picture for that crowd, and that's a very good reason to return.
What attracted you to the project of Drag Me to Hell?
This guy, Sam Raimi, I doubt you've heard of him, but he's an up-and-comer who you should be hearing from soon. He's just, that's it. He's just a master, and I grew up watching his movies, and I'm a huge fan, and so yeah, Sam. And then when Allison came on board, that was just what we in America call icing on the cake.
And how about you?
Sam, the same, and Justin, and yeah, I thought it would be fun to do.
Are you guys fans of scary movies generally? Are you kind of into that genre?
I am. I am. I'm a nerdy fan. I grew up watching those movies, and so it's a thrill to be a part of one that I think is really special and is going to last.
How was Cannes?
Cannes was great. We were so lucky to, be a part of it. It was beautiful.
I didn't know there's a tradition where they stand and applaud, and they time the length of the standing ovation, and we didn't know this, and it felt really awkward and just hanging out there while they were applauding. It felt like we were kind of gloating and basking in it, and Sam Sam's such a humble, sweet guy that he he got instantly like embarrassed and tried to walk off, and they literally like pushed him back, and they're like, no, you stay, you soak it in, you bask in it, it's wonderful. And he was like, no, this is kind of creepy, like stop. But it was overwhelming. It was really kind of like moving. Nice.
Because over the years, in Fright Fest, we've shown Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, which you were involved with.
Yeah.
Are you going to kind of go back again to the horror genre after Drag Me?
I did a movie after I shot Drag Me Now called Afterlife, which is really dark and scary, and it's a horror movie with Liam Neeson, and that should be out in the fall, I think. So yeah, I kind of did another one, and every once in a while I'll hear. I think Jeepers Creepers 3 is gonna happen. I'm always lobbying for another little appearance. I don't know how I'd come back again. But.
And Alison, would you go back to the horror genre, or has it scared you too much already?
I probably wouldn't, but but I would work with Sam again.
It was just too much, too intense.
Maybe, yeah.